Welcome, makeup marketers, to our third training session, how to start an Avon blog using Blogger or WordPress. For those of you who have not been on a call before, I have been selling Avon since 2008. I live in Rockford, Illinois with my husband and two children, Josh and Ava. I was awarded the 2015 Avon Woman of Enterprise Award. I am a licensed Avon Beauty Center owner, and I sell at the President's Council level. I just moved down in title to Advanced Unit Leader, but I am already motivated and trying to work my way up in title when we switch over to the new leadership program. I thought I was going to be Unit Leader Plus, but I found out a new rule that you actually move down in title to the last highest performing title that you did in the 6 campaigns you were at risk. So I swear no matter how long you sell Avon, you always learn something new. So my online sales for 2015 so far have been right over 27,000. We're in the middle of June now, so not quite through half of the year. My online appointments for 2015 have been 126, and that is supposed to say first generation. So I've had 126 online appointments this year already. My goal with Makeup Marketing Online is to not only teach my team, Team Momentum, how to market, sell, and recruit online with their Avon business, but teach as many Avon reps within the U.S. that I can to help build a stronger online presence. We are on our third training session for June. We have 2 sessions left, tracking your Avon stats and all about Pinterest for your Avon business. If you do want to purchase the entire month, you will gain access to the first 2 recordings. Our first 2 sessions were how to post the Avon brochure online and how to sell Avon using Facebook. So if you do sign up for the whole month, you will get to listen into the live events that still have to take place, and you will also get access to the recordings for all of the June sessions. You can use code ALL5, and I will send out an email after the event's over if you want to upgrade to the whole month. In July, I'm very excited about the series. I have picked 4 brand new topics. July 6th is going to be tips on how to sell more Avon online. July 13th, how to automate your Avon marketing. July 20th, how to convert Avon website visitors into online buyers. And July 27th, how to recruit Avon representatives online. So you can either pay $5 and pick which session you want to attend, or you can pay $15 and get access to the whole month. So you can find more details at makeupmarketingonline.com/Avon-training. You can also register on that page. So today we're talking about blogs. We're going to cover what is a blog. We're going to look at some of my blog stats and see why it's important to keep track of some of these numbers. We're going to talk about different types of blog posts, steps to writing a good blog post, how to set up Blogger, how to set up WordPress, and then we'll go over some Q&A. So like I said, you will be getting access to the recordings, so you can either take notes now or just pay attention and listen the first time through and go back and stop it when you listen to the recordings. So what is a blog? A blog is a website containing a writer's or group of writers' own experiences, observations, opinions, and often having images and links to other websites. If you take a look at the number of blog posts I've written each year and compare it to my online sales and the number of team members I have, you'll see there's a pretty close correlation. If you look through these numbers here, the first number is the year. The second number is the number of blog posts that I wrote in that year. The third number, if it's less than 1 or 9, 4, you can see from 2011 on, I gave you the monthly average of how many blog posts I was writing, and also have it there in 2009. And then the other number is my online sales, and then the last number is number of team members. And I didn't keep track of my leadership numbers very well until 2012. So I only have those leadership numbers 2012 through my estimate for 2015. So let's just take a look at 2009 when I first started kind of playing around with the ideas of blogs. And I wrote 16 that year, averaging just over 1 a month. And I did 4,700 in online sales. So now that seems pretty small to me, but it is still a pretty big number. It's almost halfway to President's Club. Then I did have my daughter in 2010. 2013, we opened a second LABC, so that's why my numbers dropped there. Certain life situations kind of took over in certain years, so that's why you know, I didn't have a continuous upward trend. But let's take a look at 2014. That was last year. So I wrote a total of 242 blog posts, which would average out to about 20 a month. And they really do get much easier to write, and you get better at writing them as you go along and learn different tips and tricks and kind of get your style the way you want your blog posts to look. So I did almost 47,000 in online sales last year, and a huge difference in my number of team members. So in 2013, I ended with, or I'm sorry, this is at the end of campaign 12. So at the end of campaign 12 in 2013, I had 46 team members. And in 2014, the end of campaign 12, I had 136 team members. And that was mostly from online recruiting and writing blog posts about the Avon opportunity. So just for fun, you know, I like to take my trends and my numbers and compare where I'm at and kind of get an estimate for where I'll be at the end of the year. So I'm looking at 2015, my online sales are up 28% over 2014 year to date. So I'm looking at about doing 60,000 in online sales and hopefully ending with 215 or more total team members. So then I just kind of took those numbers and put them in charts so that you can see how similar they really are. I put a trend line in there, and you can see this is how many blog posts I wrote total in each year. 2015 is estimated based on how I've been doing so far this year. This is a look at how many unique website visitors I've had. So unique is going to count the same person only one time if they visit multiple pages. So if someone comes in and visits 100 pages on my Makeup Marketing Online website, they are only going to count one time. And I think that gives you a more accurate picture of your website traffic than the number of page loads. So you'll see here 2014, I had just over 300,000 website visitors. And I am projecting that to be up to almost 500,000 by the end of this year. So pretty crazy how you know, that consistent blogging and social media marketing can really draw in a ton of website traffic. So website traffic isn't all that exciting unless you're getting sales, right? So you really want to look at this number because it doesn't matter how many people visit your website if no one's buying or signing up on your team. So in July, I do have a session on how to convert those visitors into buyers and team members. So be sure to sign up for that one. But if we take a look, you can see my trend line here is very similar to the one showing how many blog posts I had written each year, and then also how many unique website visitors I had. So I'm projecting, again, like I said, 2015 to end at around 60,000 in online sales, and I can only imagine where that will be in a few years if that trend keeps going upward. Same with number of team members. Again, you can see that the trend line is very similar to the ones in the graph showing how many blog posts that I write each year, as well as my online sales. So there's definitely a correlation between how much activity you put on your blog and the results that you end up getting from those blog posts. So let's talk a little bit about the different types of blog posts that you can write. The first one is a promotional. These are very popular ones because your customers are going to want to shop with you when they know that you are the place to come to get free shipping, discount offers, sales, and learning about when new campaigns start and what those campaigns have to offer. So be sure to really focus on these types of posts if you are wanting to increase your online sales. Products, you can do product posts. Make sure they're informative. Don't give any false information. And it's also helpful to include customer reviews. Everyone wants to know what other customers are saying before they actually try and buy something, especially skincare and makeup that they can't touch, see, or feel before they buy it. The third type of post is an opportunity post, meaning that you are marketing the Avon opportunity, and your call to action in one of those posts is going to be for that person to sign up on your team. So our first two types of blog posts are geared toward customers, and then the last three are geared toward either your team members, other Avon representatives, or people that you want to become representatives. So I like to always alternate the type of post I have. So I'll do one towards a customer, one towards a rep or a recruit. So I like to alternate my posts for buying and selling. We have tips. So you can offer other Avon representatives sales tips, recruiting tips, incentive details, ideas on how to achieve incentives. If you have a helpful blog, you are going to have a popular blog. So whatever you're writing out about, make sure you're giving helpful information, and you always have a call to action for your reader. Our fifth type of post is a recognition post. So if you already do team newsletters, why not make those public? Publish them, and you can show other people that you do a great job of recognizing your team, and then you can also provide helpful information on there that other representatives might take advantage of as well. And then number 6, I just have some other ideas, which I haven't really gotten into other types of posts yet, but you could always do industry news, how-to posts, beauty tips, and personal reviews. So let's go over the steps to writing a successful blog post. First of all, of course, if you don't have a blog, you do need to set one up. If you have not started a blog yet, you may want to check out the blog on youravon.com just to kind of get the feel for what you want to write about. Maybe practice on that blog for a couple weeks before you start a WordPress or a Blogger blog. It's much easier to start and improve than it is to go back and redo everything. So the Avon blog is pretty simple, but it is a good place to start. Number 2, choose your audience and pick a topic. So we just covered the different types of posts that I like to write about: product promotion, opportunity, tip, and recognition. Decide who your audience is first and pick a topic. And then do your research. So you can go on to, there's a program called Word Tracker, and I believe it is a company out of Europe, but you can do keyword research on there. You can also look up the Google keyword tool to see the popularity of certain keywords. And you can do a Google search yourself and see what other people are searching for on that similar topic. So you always want to be informative, state facts, and provide useful information. Think like your audience and do a nice balance of writing between writing for the search engines and writing for your customers. You want it to flow nicely, and you don't want it to just sound like a bunch of keywords stuffed together in there. So be sure and provide helpful information and let your audience decide for themselves if they want to take the next action step. And then, of course, you want to share your post on social media. So after you have published a blog post, some social media sites that you can share that post, the link to the post, are Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, LinkedIn, and Google+. Those are my favorites. And now we're going to get into the section where we're going to do a little bit of demoing, showing you how to set up a blog and the different steps for writing a blog post. Now you may be asking how I know that the majority of my traffic comes from my blog posts. And I'm going to show you. Pretty much every blog site is going to give you access to some stats, which are very important to look at because it gives you a good idea of what's working and what isn't and how you should allocate your time. So if you take a look, these are my website stats for the year. For the past year, and you can see that the majority of my views are coming from search engines. So if you look at my top 5 referral sources, those are some of my favorite social media sites. And you can see that I don't want to spend a lot of time on, say, Twitter or Google+. Not that it's not an important part of my strategy, but it's not generating as much traffic as the search engines and Facebook is. So that tells me that I should spend a lot of my time on blogging because that's how I'm found in the search engines. You can see most of it is coming from Google. So let's take a look and let me show you what I mean. If someone typed in how to sell Avon online and you hide my private results, you'll still see that my makeupmarketingonline.com website is #1 for that search. This is the #1 organic result, and this is the #1 ad. So it looks like Avon is placing an ad for one of those search terms, and that's what that means here. If it says ad or sponsored, it means someone's paying to be up here. These are all organic search results. So that's why I know that I want to spend a lot of my time blogging, because I see that my #1 referral source are search engines, which is a result of my blog posts. Okay, so let's take a look at the 5 different types of blog posts that I told you about. Here is a promotional blog post. You'll see I was talking about this was the last day for my customers to shop campaign 13 online. So you can see this is the title of my blog. This is the first header, and then I include an image, and then I include some helpful information that includes links, subheadings. This one I have coupon codes for my customers, and I give them the deadlines when they have to shop that campaign through. And then at the bottom, I have a call to action item. click here to browse the current Avon campaign catalog online. And what that does is takes them right to my e-store. And then there's a bunch of different links down here so that I don't lose them if they don't find interest in this article. Hopefully they'll go visit one of my other pages. So let's take a look at a product post. So here I have the Avon Glimmer Sticks Diamonds Eyeliner. That's the title of my post. Here is the header, the image, and then some information, reviews, price, and then I tell them to look at my website for the current ingredients. So again, here's a call to action. Buy Avon Glimmer Sticks online right now. So that takes them directly to, unfortunately it's not available, but it takes them directly to that page so they can buy the diamond eyeliner right within a couple of clicks. Okay, so the third type of post I talked about was an opportunity post. So here I'm talking about the Avon opportunity. I talk about my experience and I answer, I list the benefits and also answer some questions that people might have about selling Avon. Of course, talk about the commission structure because that's what a lot of people are interested in, how much money they're going to make, and then how they can sign up on my team. So there you go. I have some information, some links to some other articles, and then call to action at the bottom, how they can sign up with me. And you may want to put a call to action at the top too, so that it's at the top of your article and the bottom of your article. The fourth type of post that I talked about was tips for other reps. Again, if you have a blog, it helps to have helpful information that's related to each other. So I do like sharing my tips and ideas for selling Avon and recruiting. And it is one of the things that have made my website so popular. So I do like to share my tips and information on how to sell Avon online. So again, you'll see I have headers, subheaders, links, and graphics. So you definitely want all of those things. And then I also included a video in this one. Okay, so yeah, you definitely want headers, subheaders, images, and links within your blog post. And the last type of post is a recognition post. So every time a campaign closes, I do a team momentum results newsletter. I also do a leadership newsletter. I like to break them out separately because there is different types of information that you want to provide to each group of people. I try not to exclude anyone from the leadership ones, and I do try to show my top sellers the leadership newsletter to hopefully get them interested in leadership. So some things you might want to talk about is your performance during the campaign. I always talk about the President's Club and, of course, how they can start in leadership. Other things you might want to talk about are current incentives. And then here are my how-to tips so that they can hopefully learn how to achieve some of those incentives and sell more and recruit more. And then at the bottom, I do my recognition for my top sellers and then for my new reps. So just another thing that you can blog about. Definitely helps to keep your team members in the loop and so that they know what's going on with Avon and they feel a connection with you. So thank you. In the next section, I will show you the steps to write a successful blog post. Welcome to the fifth section of how to start an Avon blog using Blogger or WordPress. And in this session, I'm going to show you steps to writing a successful blog post. So some of you have heard my tip to sign up for your own emails. You do have to have your automated email program turned on for this to work, but once you have that turned on, you can go to your e-store as a customer and sign up so that you're getting the emails that your customers get, not only to know about the deals and the offers Avon is giving, but also ideas to help you for topics on your blog posts. So here you can see I just got this email today, this morning at 6:07, and it is talking about a new sale. So I'm going to use that image, and how I'm going to do that is just right-click on the image within the email, and I'm going to say Save Image As. And this is just a folder where I save a lot of my email images. And I already saved it, so I'm just going to click over and save it again. And it does help to give it a descriptive title. So when I upload this to my blog, I would delete the date but leave the Avon A New Sale as the title of my picture. So I'm going to save that. Because every good blog post is going to have 1 or 2 or 3 nice images in it. And here is Blogger. So I'm going to go ahead and create a new post. And I'm going to name it Avon A New Sale in Campaign 14. So here I'm going to select a heading. And you might want to look at the picture for some ideas on what you want to say. So let's see, the title of this was "And Soon Up to 40% Off a New Favorites." So I can use that as my title. And what I did to make that a heading was just came up here and selected heading and then typed out my sentences. And then I'm going to include the image. So I come over here to this little insert image picture. And I'm going to find where I saved that image on my computer. So I say choose files. And I know that I saved it in this folder, so I'm going to select my picture. Okay, and there it is. So I'm going to add selected. And here you can make it larger. It's good to have nice big pictures in your blog. Maybe that's a little bit too big, but we'll go with large size. And then maybe I want to include the current coupon codes that are going on right now. So I would want to make that a subheading. And then I'm going to make it normal writing here. And you can always use the images and the catalog to come up with some of the words you might want to use when you're writing a blog post. Oops, and I'm not paying attention to what I'm typing here. So outsmart aging at any age with a new. Okay, so then I'm going to find some current coupon codes. And you may have heard in some of my other trainings that I like to use RetailMeNot to find current codes. So that's just retailmenot.com, and then you can do a search for Avon. A lot of times I'll find codes on here that I never see anywhere else, so it's definitely a good spot to look when you're in need of a coupon code. So this one is one for 20% off your order of $60 or more. And I like to use a few different offers just in case one doesn't work for them. So you want to include the code, what the deal is, save 20% on your online Avon order of $60 or more. And then you always want to check if it has an expiration. This just says limited time only, so I'm going to include that as well. And then I know that welcome and thank you 20 work one time for each customer. So I'm going to come in here and highlight this and select copy and paste it down here so that I already have a template to go with to do those other codes. So I'm going to put in welcome, and these are good for 20% off $50 orders. So be sure to make sure they're still valid before you put them out there for the world to see. You can check that by logging in as a regular customer, going to your shopping bag, adding a few things in there first so that you can see if your coupon code works. So let's just try that Avon FB60 and click apply, and we can see that the discount went on there. So if it was an invalid code, it would tell us that right here, but you do need to be signed in as a customer in order for coupon codes to work. Okay, so we're going to put welcome and thank you 20, and we're going to put one-time use so that they know they can only use that once each. Oops. And it always helps to bullet point in your article or use numbers just to break up the wording a little bit. So then you might want to go ahead and tell them about some of your favorite new sales. Let's just say a new Ultimate on sale. And then let's say you wanted to point them to those products on your website. So I'm going to minimize this so that we get the, sorry about that, get the e-store on the other side. Okay, so let's take a look at the new Ultimate Multi-Performance. And it definitely helps to find new customers because they tend to spend a little bit more money than our average Avon customers. And we would definitely want to get them hooked on our wonderful skincare line. So I'm just waiting for my website to load here in order to let your customer be able to click through to a specific product. Let's just use the Ultimate Eye Cream for an example. I'm going to say a new Ultimate Performance Eye System. And it's on sale for $24.99. And make sure you put deadlines so if someone finds this post after campaign 14 has completed, they don't get upset that they can't find that deal. So let's just highlight our words there for the product. And I'm going to show you how you can link it so that they click right through to a specific product. So I'm going to actually open this Twitter option here and use this shortened link. I'm going to highlight it, right click, and copy. And then since I've already highlighted the name of my product, I'm going to select link, and here's the URL that I want it to go to. So you can click inside that box, right click, and say paste, and that'll paste that shortcut URL. If you want it to open in a new window, meaning it's going to keep them on your blog post but open this page separately. So that's how you can direct them to click through on a specific product. And then we always want to have a call to action at the bottom. So let's just say Shop Avon Campaign 14 Sales Online Now. And maybe we want to make that a little bit bigger So we click on this text size right here. We want to make it large, and I'm going to bold it. And then I am going to link it to my Avon website. So I always like to use this format instead of the youravon.com because this is your permanent URL. Okay. So now you can see a preview of your post. Save it first, and then preview. Okay, so you might want to add in a little bit more content than that, but I just wanted to give you an idea. You want to have headers, you want to have an image, and you want to have links and keywords. So let's go in. Actually, I do want to show you how to link the picture. So if you do not add a link to that, I believe, yeah, it doesn't even open up. So you always want to make links on your pictures. Select your picture and click on Properties. Oh. Okay, I'm sorry. We want to click on our picture and then select Link, and we want it to go to our Avon website. And we select OK. We want it to open in a new window. And then under Properties, you can give your image a name. So let's just say Avon, a new sale. Okay, so let's take a look at the preview now and make sure that the link worked on our picture. And maybe the links don't work in the previews. Let's go ahead and publish it. Let's take a look. And we can click on our picture. It takes it right through to my e-store. Let's make sure our other links work. Here's the Ultimate Eye. And you can see it took them to my website, not just avon.com. And then if they click on the Shop Campaign 14 Sales, it'll take them right to my e-store. So hopefully you got a good idea of how to write a successful blog post there. Another thing that I might do is do a search for it myself. And down at the very bottom, you can see searches related to. And this means that people that were searching for our term, Avon, a new sale, we're also searching for these keywords. So it's another idea of how you can find what you want your article to be about. Once you pick a main topic, do a search for it yourself and see what the related searches are. So thank you very much. I hope you found this very helpful, and I will talk to you in the next section. Hello, makeup marketers. Welcome to our last session in how to start an Avon blog using Blogger or WordPress. I want to take you into an opportunity post, meaning I'm looking for recruits, new team members, and show you some elements of this post, and then walk you through a few things on WordPress for some of our more advanced bloggers. So let's just go in and edit this post. Since I showed you how to set up a post in the last session, I'm not going to start from scratch here, but I'll show you the different elements. So here I have titled my blog post about selling Avon, how does selling Avon work? So like I just showed you, when I'm starting to write an article, I might actually do the the Google search for it myself. So let's look up about selling Avon, and I'm going to scroll all the way to the bottom, and see what else people would be searching for when they're looking up that keyword. This is also an area where you can use the program Word Tracker that I mentioned, or you can look into the Google Keyword Tool. So basically, I took my topic and made it the first heading here. I included an image, and it is linked, so it's linked to my opportunity page. And then I went through and just did some creative writing, things that came naturally to me when I thought about selling Avon. And then included clear instructions right in the beginning how they can sign up on my team. And then, of course, all the way at the bottom how they can sign up on my team. So I like to put 2 call of actions in there. I try to put one right in the beginning and one at the end. Then I will also go through and do subheadings. So how does selling Avon work? I decided that that was a good keyword title to go along with about selling Avon. So in this paragraph, I have a few frequently asked questions here. So I go through and answer some of those questions that someone who's looking into the Avon opportunity might be asking. Then after and you will notice that I do bold and italicize some of my keywords. So what I do is go through and write naturally, and then go through a second time and find where I have keywords and highlight those, and then link those to my opportunity page. So here again we have a heading, we have an image, we have a call to action, and we have some links on our keywords. At the very bottom, again, I try not to get them to leave my site if they're not quite ready to sign up yet. Hopefully they go on and look at a different page on my website. So another piece to blog posts, when you do have WordPress, you can create categories, which is basically what your article is about. So this article would go in my category of selling Avon. And then there's also what you can call tags on WordPress blog posts. So let me open up this page so you can see. I do have a plugin installed that's called WordPress SEO, which stands for Search Engine Optimization. Here I write a clear title and I write a description. What is going to show up in the search engines when someone comes across my page? And then as far as tags go, you would want to include anything that someone might be searching for that you included in the article. So I would go back through my article, see which keywords I highlighted and linked, and I would use those as my tags. It's just another way to search on someone's blog for all the articles having to do on a certain topic. One final thing I want to show you, I know we've covered a lot of information, but I do want to show you how to share a blog post on social media. So let's just say that let's look at one of my recent posts. Okay, so I just posted about all the July training sessions for makeup marketing. Here I have installed, I'll give it a minute to pop up here. Okay, so here I have installed share buttons and like and tweet and Google+. So someone can go in and share my page. And I can also share it onto different social media websites. And sometimes the picture doesn't come up unless you try. I'll try one more time. There we go. Okay, so now I can use this drop-down menu here to say I want to share it in a group. And let's share it on my makeup marketing group. And I'm going to share the link. That way people on my makeup marketing group can click right through and check out this article. So make sure you have social media tools in place, and if you don't, you can always still copy this URL as long as it creates separate pages, which most blog sites do for each article. So you would select the URL, right click and select copy. Then let's just go right into Facebook. And there's my post that I just did. And we can go right in the status update box, right click and select paste. And that also brings it up. So make sure that once you start blogging that you share on social media. It's definitely a great way to get your articles out there and get them liked and shared and plussed and all that. So let's wrap it up here in the presentation. Again, if you want to upgrade and receive the recordings from the June training sessions so far, as well as the one on June 8th and the one on June 1st, you can upgrade. I will send out the link and you use the promo code ALL5. I have also posted the July training sessions. So you can find all of those on makeupmarketingonline.com/Avon-training. So be sure to look me up, join our Facebook group, Makeup Marketing Online. You can also like my page and connect with me personally. So be watching your email. I will be sending out the links to the recordings within the next 2 days. Thank you guys. Have a great, successful day. Welcome back to how to set up a blog using Blogger or WordPress. In this section, I am going to show you a couple examples of my blogs, and then we're going to go into how to actually set one up if you haven't done that yet. So you can see this is my Avon e-store, and my blogs go all the way back to 2009. And I will just show you some of these embarrassing blog posts. Really, it's not, I mean, it's not embarrassing. You really need to start somewhere. So whether it's a paragraph that you write or a couple sentences, then so what? You know, you've got it started. So sometimes half the battle is just getting it set up. So you can see back in 2009, my blog posts were pretty basic. They were very short. They have no pictures. And the Avon website, for some reason, did all these weird question marks in there. So they're not the prettiest blog posts, but that's where I started. So definitely start somewhere and don't feel bad if your blog posts don't look professional to begin with. That's why I said it might be a good idea to start on your Avon blog if you haven't started one outside of the Avon blog yet. If you take a look at my Makeup Marketing Online blog, it is quite a bit more complex. I have this built on a WordPress site. It's actually not hosted on WordPress. It's hosted on a different website hosting service. So you probably don't really want to start out with a WordPress blog, a paid one, unless you have some experience in website designing or you know, have someone that can help you out with more technical issues. If not, you probably want to start with something like Blogger that is more user-friendly and less customizable. So you can see here I have a couple of, these are called widgets. It's just definitely more customizable than a simpler blog like Blogger. So let's log into my web office here. And click on the web office. You can go to your e-store here to access your blog manager. So I don't really do much inside my Avon blog anymore. I do copy and paste over some posts that are geared towards shopping. If I have the time, I will copy over some of the posts that I've created on my makeup marketing online site. For some reason, the only way you can get those images in the Avon blog is from copying and pasting from a different website. There isn't an easy option for inserting pictures on your blog. There also aren't features to share these blog posts on social media, and you'll notice that all of the posts, let's go to May, all of the posts for 1 month are on the same URL. So it's really hard to share a specific article or blog post on social media from the Avon blog. So just a couple reasons why I like to have a blog outside of the Avon one, but it's definitely a good place to start for beginners. So if you go in here, you can say create a new post. You give your blog a title here. And I'm in Google Chrome. If you do open up the blog manager in Internet Explorer, it does give you a few more options. So let me just do that real quick. Again, we click on the web office, we go to eStore, and we click on Blog Manager all the way down at the bottom. Okay, so then we click New Post, and it does give you some more options here, like you might see in a Microsoft Word program. So you would give your blog a title. Let's say we just started campaign 14 sales. So I might say Avon campaign 14 sales have started. You can use heading 1 to come up with your first heading. And I'm going to get into more of the graphics and the headers and font and all that in Blogger and WordPress. So I'm not going to go into that right now. But again, you can see there's different options here. You can change your font, the size of your font. You can bold, italicize, and underline. These are your different alignment options. You can bullet, and you can do some different colors. So once you have posted something, then you say Publish Post, and it shows up on your eStore under this blog option here. So it definitely helps to have activity on your website. If you do blog, it tells Google and the other search engines that you're updating your website often. So definitely not something that you want to completely avoid. The Avon blog is helpful that way. And you can watch some of my other videos on how to customize the home page. Okay, so I'm going to take a little break here now that we've looked at the 2 different types of blogs that I have and looked at the blog manager within the web office before we start setting up a new blog. Hey makeup marketers, welcome to section 3 of how to start an Avon blog using Blogger or WordPress. And in this session, I'm going to actually show you how to set one up in both accounts. So first, let's take a look at Blogger. This is going to be a simpler choice and less customizable, which is probably a good thing for someone who's just starting out blogging. So Blogger is a Google product, and I tend to like Google products. So let's take a look, and you can just do a search on Google for Blogger. The website is just blogger.com. And if you do not have a Gmail account, I believe you're going to have to set one up in order to start a Blogger blog. So I'm going to sign into my account here. Oops, and it would help if I did the right password. Okay, so it looks very simple. You can create a new blog right here, and you can title it however you want and take a look at the different options for the format. And this looks pretty similar to the blog that I have on WordPress. So I'm going to choose the awesome template. And if you haven't set up a blog yet, I would suggest keeping the word Avon out of your title. That's going to keep you safe within the rules and guidelines, and you can always come up with something creative that has to do with beauty or makeup or fashion, anything that has to do with the Avon brand but does not put the word Avon in there. So let's just do beauty rep. And you can add a custom domain later, meaning you can register a website address and make it a custom domain. So let's just for now say beautyrep.blogspot.com. Oh, and that one is not available. So let's try beautyrep online. Okay, so that is available. And I'm going to create the blog. And if you want to find a domain name, you can do that. You will have to purchase it. But it gives you all the options. So like beautyreponline.com is actually available. So I could sign that up. And it's just an easier web address than someone having to go in and type beautyreponline.blogspot.com. So I'm not actually going to buy a domain to show you, but it's pretty simple to do. So that's it. Our blog is set up and it's ready for us to create a new post. So that is Blogger. Hopefully it's not as intimidating as some of you thought. You can go through here and get familiar with all the different tabs. And I'll go through and show you how to create a blog post in the next section. Let's take a look at WordPress. Now WordPress is going to be for those that are a little more familiar with website design, setting up a website. If you want more customizable options, which is what I wanted, but it's not going to be for everyone. And you might want to go the simpler route if you don't have any experience blogging or doing a website. But within WordPress, there's a free site. There's a premium site where you do get your own domain with that. You have advanced customization options. Pretty much the free version of this is not going to let you download plugins and do advanced customization and that kind of stuff. The business one is if you want even more features. You can pick from a lot of different themes. You can do, well, we don't want to do an e-commerce site, but you have a lot more storage space on the business one too. And you can always upgrade. So you may want to start with the basic one and upgrade to premium if you find that you're getting stuck and it doesn't have the features that you want. You can sign up. This is just on WordPress.com. And you can sign up for the free version. You just put in your email address, come up with the username, password, and blog address. So it's pretty much the same as setting up Blogger. And it just walks you right through the steps. So since I already have WordPress, I'm not going to actually register for a new account, but I am going to show you the inside of my WordPress and show you how I create articles and some of my favorite plugins and that kind of stuff. So hopefully you found this helpful. It's pretty simple to set up your blog. The hard part is getting started, right? So I will talk to you in the next section.